You need to go to aplusstudents.com, select math. This is a grade 8 math lesson, and the topic for today is statistics. And the chapter number and the lesson number, I'll just give you the chapter number and the lesson number. It's 25, chapter number 25. And the lesson number is 2, lesson number 2. And the name of the lesson is Interpret Charts to Find. We would be finding mean, median, mode, and the range. So today we will be looking at charts that would provide us with the information. Okay, so let's go to grade 8. Grade 8, chapter number 25. Chapter number 25 and lesson number 2. So the first, okay, we'll do this question and then we'll compare what we did with in the other class. Okay, so in this particular question it says this is the data that has been provided to us, right? So what we are doing is we are looking at this chart to find the information. So let's say the teachers, okay, what is the mode of the numbers that have been provided? Okay, just a moment, please. Okay, teachers at a middle school counted the number of students they had in the counted how many computers they had in their classroom. What is the mode, right? We need to remember that median, I'll write down it again, median is also known as the average. Okay, mean is the average. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Mean is considered as an average, while median is the middle value. Median was the middle value. The median value is the mid value. Whereas mode was most repeated. Or we can say any number that has the highest frequency. Okay. And for the range, we can say the range is the difference between the maximum value minus the minimum value. Okay, so if we can recall what was mean, median, mode, and range, let's try to solve this. What they're asking us to find is the mode, right? They're asking us to find the mode, and we know that mode means most repeated. So which number is most repeated out of these numbers? We can say 4 came in twice, 5 came in twice, but 6 came in. 6 was written as thrice. So we can say that the mode for this question is 6 because it's repeated the maximum number of times. That means 6 students was the most repeated number of students in classes. That means 3 classes had 6 students in it. Moving further, for the next question, let's see. Okay. If a line graph is given to us, okay, and they're asking us to find the mode for a different type of a graph. If they say a line graph was given to us for question number 2, and we need to, Kendra, graph the daily low temperature for 7 days. Daily low temperature for 7 days. This is our question number 2 for Wednesday till Tuesday. What is the mode for this given question? Mode means the most repeated. We can see on Wednesday the temperature was 10, on Thursday it was 10, then Friday it was 5, Saturday it was 9, Sunday it's again 10, Monday it's 9, and Tuesday it's again 5, right? So what is the most repeated number? What is the most repeated temperature in this case? The most repeated temperature would be 10 degrees centigrade. That is the mode, right? If we need to find, if we add an additional part to this, let's suppose if you would say part B, find the range. So can we say the range means the maximum minus the minimum? So we can say the range comes out to be, what is the maximum temperature? The maximum temperature was 10 minus, what is the minimum temperature? That is 5. So the range of temperature is 5 degrees centigrade. Okay, do we agree? So we are just doing partial, right? We're not doing all the parts. So they only ask us what is the mode. We can say we can find the range, we can find the median, we can find the mean as well for this information. Let's move ahead to the next question. So the next question says, okay, just a moment, please. Some students compared how many blocks they live from away from the school. Okay, and they're asking us to find, for question number 3, if this is the information provided in question number 3, and they are asking what is the range, we'll try to find different values. Okay, this is our question number 3. Some students compared how many blocks they live from the school. Okay, so Gary lives how many blocks? 5 blocks. Erica lives 4 blocks. Harold lives a block away. Kendra lives 10 blocks. Philip lives 10 blocks. Yuan lives 3 blocks. Colton lives 3 blocks, and Ozzy lives 10 blocks, right? So when we need to find this range, let's try to find all the values for this question, okay? So can we say the numbers can be written as 5, 4, 1, 10, 10, 3, 3, and 10? Most important is that we count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Sometimes while copying the numbers, we might miss a number. Okay. So if we would say what is the range of the numbers for the part A of the question, we know that range is always equals to the maximum result minus the minimum. So it comes out to be the maximum was 10 minus the minimum. What was the minimum? The Harold's distance to that was 1. So we can say the range of values, the range of distance for this would be 9. Okay, 9 blocks from the school. So for the second part, if I say part B, find the mode or find the median. Okay, let's do the median. We did the mode already. So we know that median is always the middle value, right? And for median, what we need to do is we need to arrange in ascending order. Ascend means from smallest to the largest. So let's arrange these numbers in ascending. 1, okay, then we have 3, then we have 3, then we have 4, right? Then we have 5, then we have three values for 10. 10, 10, and 10, right? If we need to find the median, how do we start? We cancel out the first number, we cancel out the second. Cancel out the third last. We are left with two numbers in the middle, right? So in order to find the median, what we do is we find the average of these numbers. How do we find the average? Divide by 2, that is 9 divided by 2. And the median score comes out to be 4.5 blocks. Okay, do we agree? So let's say if they would ask us another part, they would say, find the mean. And we know that the mean is the average. Mean means the average. That means we add all the numbers together and we can find the mean. So we can say mean would be equals to 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. And how many scores, how many students were being compared over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we simply divided by 8 students, right? Because these are 8 students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So let's add these numbers together. 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 4, 11, 11 plus 5, 16, 16 plus 10, 26 plus 10 is 36 plus 10 is 46. So that means 46 is divided by 8. When 46 is divided by 8, we get an answer in decimals. That is fine. That means 5.75, or we can write 5 whole 3 upon 4 blocks is the average distance of child from the school. Okay, so we found the range, we found the median, we found the mean. The fourth option is, let's see, the part D. We have the range, median, and let's say we are asked to find the mode. So we know that mode always refers to most repeated. So which number, which distance was most repeated? We can say that mode, because when we look at these numbers over here, 10 is repeated thrice, right? That means mode would be 10 blocks. The most repeated number is the mode. So we were able to find the range, the median, mean, and mode. We were able to find a lot of values from this given information. Okay, let's move ahead. Sorry. Let's see what other possibilities are there. A different diagram is given to us, a bar graph is given to us, and we will try to find information from the bar graph. Okay, I cannot do it over here. This was question number 3. Let's do question number 4. Okay, for question number 4, they're asking us, they're telling us the players on a quiz show received the following scores, right? So Ploza got the score of 6. Let's write down the scores. Freda got a score of 4. Skix 4, 7. Kendall got a score of 6. Elizabeth got a score of 5. And Jenny got a score of 5, right? So in the first part of the question, they're saying what is the mode of the numbers? If I would say this is the first part, we'll try to find all 4 possibilities for each question, okay? So mode means most repeated. So what seems to be the most repeated result? If we can copy these numbers, we can say the scores were 6, 4, 6, 4, 7, 6, 5, and 5. Okay. So what is the most repeated number? Can we say this is 6? Can we say 6 was repeated thrice? That means the mode will come out to be 6. So 6 is the most repeated score. Do we have any questions up till now? Okay. Good. Let's move ahead. For the next part of the question, part B, they're asking us find the range. If we need to find the range, we know that range is always equals to the maximum, the largest minus the smallest, right? That is the maximum minus the minimum. What was the maximum score? We can say 7 was the maximum score minus the minimum. Minimum was 4. That means the score lies within a range of 3. That means if 4 was the smallest, the difference from the minimum to the maximum could be 3, right? Let's see another. They are asking us to find the median. And we know that median is the middle value. There's a difference between a middle value and the average, right? Mean. So what we do is we arrange the numbers in ascending order. So can we say 4 was the smallest? I cancel out so that I remember what I've used, okay? There were 2 5s. There were 3 6. And there was 1 7. So we arrange them in ascending order. Right? You don't have to write everything. I'm just writing so that you would be able to understand, okay? When you arrange them in ascending order, obviously from the smallest to the largest, it would show it's an ascending, okay? So in this case, the median comes out to be, since there is only one value left, that means that is the median. If there would be 2 values left, then we find the average of those 2 numbers. Moving ahead to the next part, the part D, if we are being asked to find the mean. And we know that the mean is always the average. How do we find the average score? We add everything and we divide by the number of terms. So we can say mean would be equals to 4 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 7. How many total terms were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Can we add the numbers? 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 18. Right? Plus 18. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. Plus 7. It comes out to be 43 upon 8. When 43 is divided by 8, I'm using a calculator just to find the answer, right? So we can say 5.375 is the average or the mean score. Okay, that means if everyone got 5.375, the total of the scores would be 43. Agreed? Do we have any questions up till now? What we are doing is we are trying to look at different types of graph to assess the information, okay? To process the given information, okay? Let's look at another question. This would be known as a line graph. An author kept a log of how many pages he wrote in the past 5 days, okay? So for question number 5, okay, let me just paste this. So sorry. So this copy pasted. for question number 5, an author kept a log of how many pages he wrote in the past 5 days. Okay, so what is the median? We are supposed to find the median. Let's, before finding the median, highlight these numbers. On Monday, he wrote 4 pages. Tuesday, 6. Wednesday, 1 page. Thursday, he did not write. And, okay. And can we write the numbers? 4, 5, 1, 0. Sorry, 4, 6. And this would be 5, right? These are the 5 days. So for the first part of the question, they're asking us, what is the median? We know that middle value. Median is always the middle value. So we arrange them in ascending order. Can we say 0, 1, 4, 5, and 6? And which value is the middle value? So we can say the median number of pages he wrote is 4. Okay. Moving ahead to the next part, part B, can we find the mode? Mode means most repeated. So which number was repeated most times? If we had the scores 4, 6, 1, 0, 5, can we see a repetition of numbers? No, there is no repetition of numbers, right? So we can always say that there is no mode. That is an acceptable answer, right? Because all the scores or all the numbers, the number of pages were different. So there is no repetition of work, okay? The next one we can say, we're done with median, mode, mean. Find the mean of the scores or writing pages. The mean means average. How do we find the average? We add all the numbers together. That means 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 1, 11, plus 0, plus 5. There were 5 scores, we divide by 5. 10, 16, and divided by 5, we can say the means result comes out to be, what is 16 divided by 3 point something? I think 3.2. It should be 3.2, yes. So he wrote on an average 3.2 pages per day, right? We can write this as 3.2 pages per day. If he writes 3.2 pages per day, that means his total for 5 days would be 16 pages. Hi, Nathan. We are given different types of graphs and we are trying to find the mean, median, mode, and the range, okay? For the things that you don't understand, we'll do it again in the next question, okay? Let me complete this question, okay? If there are things, okay? Find the range. So whenever we need to find the range, we have the information that range is always the maximum score minus the minimum value score, right? Score or value. So what was the maximum over here? 6 was the maximum, 0 is the minimum. That means he wrote 6 pages maximum on one day and minimum was 0. So the range defines his capacity of writing pages. That was, he can write maximum 6 pages, right? The difference of the numbers. Do we agree? Okay. Let's have a look at another example. Okay, a different diagram is given to us. For the next question, we'll try to see what we can find for this given question. Okay. Okay, I'll just copy this. A line graph is given to us, which has and they are asking us what is the mode. So depending on the questions, the requirements can change. This is question number 6, okay? Robert counted how many letters each employee sent last week. There were two employees. There were two employees who did not send a letter, right? There was no employees who sent one letters, right? There were 4 employees who sent 2 letters. These are the letters mailed. 3 employees who sent 4, and just 2 employees who sent 5, and so on, right? 2 employees. What is the mode? Mode means which question, Nathan? Question number 6? Are you talking about question number 6? See, I told you mode means most repeated, right? The number of column which has most values in it. Okay, let's have a look in the previous question. What was the mode over here in the previous question? There was no mode. Why? Because all these numbers were written one time, right? In the previous. But for question number 6, which of the letters mailed has the highest score? This was 2, this was 0, this was 4 possibly, this was 0, this was 3, this was 2, and this was 2. Yes, most repeated is the most repeated in this case would be 2 letters, right? Because it has the maximum number of markings. That means there were 4 employees which sent 2 letters, right? More than any other category. Like there were 3 employees who sent 4 letters. 3 is less than 4, right? So in this case, we can say that mode is 2 because it has the highest frequency. Agreed? Do we agree on this? Nathan, do we agree? If we agree, then I'll move ahead. See, we need to see which column or which value has the highest number of repetitions. So 5 letters were sent by 2 employees, right? It is not the maximum. 4 letters, yes, thank you so much. 4 letters were sent by 3, it's still less, it's not the max. But 2 letters were sent by 4, which is when we compare through the line graph, it's the maximum, okay? Okay, well, let's moving ahead. Let's see what else we can do. Okay, for the different graph, let's try to find the next question. Let's try to find all 4 possibilities. Okay, so question number 7 says this information is given to us. Okay, and what we need to do is we need to find, let's say if we need to find the mean, median, mode, and everything. A girls compared the ages of her cousins. Wandra was 10, Darlene was 2, Brennan was 4, and the ages, right, of the cousins are given. So what we have the information is, if let's suppose in the first part of the question, I would say, find the range of ages. So when we are looking at the range, we know that the range is always maximum minus the smallest, right? So can we say range is the largest or the maximum minus the minimum? The maximum was 10 minus 2. So the his cousin's age would be in the range of 8 years. Okay, the oldest to the youngest, the difference would be 8 years. So let's look at another part, part B. We need to find the mean. Mean means average. Okay, so in order to find the mean, what we need to do is we need to add all the scores. 10 plus 2, 12 plus 4, 16, 16 plus 3 plus 7, 26 plus 4. That would be 30. How many cousins were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means 30 divided by 6. Therefore, the mean or the average age comes out to be 5 years. Okay, let me just confirm. 10 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 7 plus 4. Yes, it's 30. And there was 6. I know the answer is, but it's always better to confirm, right? We found the range, but in this case, if I would say mean, median, okay, let's do the median. Can we write the numbers? 10, 2, 4, 3, 7, 4. These were the ages. So if we need to find in part C the median, median is the middle value, and we need to arrange in ascending order. So let's arrange them in ascending order. The term ascending order means from 30 divided by 6 is 5. Nathan, what is 30 divided by 6? Let's add them together. 10 plus, just a moment, plus 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 7 plus 4. That's 30, right? In the mean, when we add the numbers, 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus... Wait. Let's do it again, Nathan. In part B, 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16, right? 16 plus 3 is 19. We are trying to find the sum of the numbers, right? 19 plus 7 is 26. 26 plus 4 is 30, right? So that means 30 can be divided by 6. It has to have a whole number as the answer, right? It cannot be a improper fraction. Okay? When we divide 30 is divided by 6, that means it is 5. Okay? Do we agree, Nathan? Okay. Let's look at the median. Yeah, the total sum is 30, right? And when we divide 30 by 6, why are we dividing it by 6? Because there are 6 cousins. 1 cousin, 2 cousin, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Because we were adding 6 numbers, right? We were adding 6 numbers. So in order to find the average, we divided by 6. There were 6 cousins. So mean age or the average age comes out to be, okay, 5 years. Okay, very good. Median means we need to do the middle value. But what we need to do is we need to take these values and arrange them in ascending order. Let's write them in an ascending order. Which is smallest? 2 is the smallest, right? Then we have the 3. Then we have the 3. Then we have 4. Then we have another 4. Then we have a 7. And then we had a 10. So once we have arranged them in ascending order, we cancel out them. The first is cancelled with the last. The second is cancelled with the second last. Now we cannot cancel further, right? We are left with 2 values over here. So in order to find the median of 2 numbers, we find the average. Average means add them and divide by 2. That means the median comes out to be 4. Do we agree for the median? Yes, I wrote 5. Okay. Nathan, I also wrote 5. See, I wrote mean is equals to 5 years. Okay. Let's have a look at another part of the question, part D. If I would say find the mode, let's try to find the mode, right? Do we know what mode is? Mode is most repeated. So can we say which, do we have any number that is most repeated? Do we have a number out of these 6 numbers which is most repeated? Which number is most repeated? See, the numbers given were 10, 2, 4, 3, 7, and 4. Do we have? Yes. Mode would be the most common number out of the numbers that have been given to us, right? So do we see the most? Yes. 4 is the mode. Thank you so much. We can say mode would be equals to 4 because it's repeated twice. Okay. So let's try some more examples and let's see what else can we do with these kind of questions. Let's try to find a different kind of a graph. Okay. Let's say they're telling us as concession stand worker at the movie theater. Just a minute, please. Let me copy the question. Then we'll try to find mean, median, and mode, all the values. Okay. Let's say for the next question, question number 8. This is the given question to us. Okay. This would be our question number 8. And what they're asking us, what is the mean? Okay. But before doing that, we process the information, right? A concession stand worker at the movie theater looked up how many bags of popcorn were sold in the past 7 days. Monday, 0. Tuesday, if I'm not wrong, it should be 5 bags. Wednesday, 6 bags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tuesday, 2 bags. Friday, 1 bag. Saturday, 1 bag. And Sunday, again, let's do one more column on Sunday, okay? Let's do one more column on Sunday. Let's make this as Sunday. Okay, let's make Sunday as a 7. I don't want to give you a question which has 2 repeating values. Okay, so this would be 7. Okay, yeah, I chain this. I chain the multiple modes. Okay, we're trying to keep one mode. So the question is asking us what is the mean of the numbers. If we need to find the mean, we need to find the average. Let's look at the numbers. Numbers would be 0, 5, 6, 2, 1, 1, and 7. Can be, and we know that mean means adding the numbers. 0 plus 5 is 5, 5 plus 6 is 11, 11 plus 2 is 13, 13 plus 1, 14, 15, 15 plus 7 is 22. How many scores were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So when we divide 22 by 7, 3 is 21, right? So we would have a decimal answer. It's okay. Let's say the means came out to be 3.14. Okay. It's perfectly fine for us if it's decimal right now. We're done with the mean. Can we, and if I would, yes, 22 divided by 7 would be, yes, perfect. Thank you so much for giving the answer. It's not hypothetical. It is a possible question, right? If we had 2 scores as the same, then we would say it's bimodal. Multiple modes are possible. Okay, don't worry about it. See, If there was 6 written twice and 1 written twice, so we write both options as mode. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at another question, part B. Range is easy. Let's say what is the median? We arrange them in ascending order, starting with 0, 1, 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7. Agreed? Ascending order. Now we try to cancel them out. And the median comes out to be, the middlemost value comes out to be 2. Median is also known as the middle value. Okay. Moving ahead, if I would say find the mode. We know that mode is the most repeated. Thank you so much for answering my question for the multiple modes, right? If we had two numbers that were repeated same times, we can have multiple modes, okay? Don't worry about that. So we can say mode would be, in this case, because 1 was repeated twice only, right? We changed the last digit. So we can say the mode is 1. And the last part, the fourth thing that we need to find is the range. And we know that in order to find the range is basically the difference between the maximum or the highest minus the minimum, that is the lowest value. So what was the maximum score? I think 7 was the maximum. Minus the minimum, no bags of popcorn sold. That means the maximum sale done was 7, right? Most repeated is 7. Nathan, how we can have 7 as most repeated? No. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll explain this. See, whenever we are finding the mode, just a minute, please. Let's do the mode first, okay? The most repeated cannot be 7. Why? 7 is the number of bags sold on a particular day. That was Sunday, right? Okay, let's do the question. Monday, none of the bags were sold, popcorn bags. Tuesday, 5 bags were sold. Wednesday, 6 bags were sold. Thursday, 2. Friday, 1. Saturday, 1. And Sunday, 7 bags were sold, right? When we are trying to look at the mode, no, it's just 7 is the sale per that particular day, right? 7 defines the number of popcorn bags sold on a Sunday, right? It is the highest value, right? But it is not the mode. Mode would mean on how many days did you have the similar sales. So can we say on Friday and Saturday we had the similar sales, right? Do we agree, Nathan? On Friday and Saturday we had the same number of sales, right? It is 1, it could have been a different number. Most repeated means out of these 7 days, which number of bags sold is the same. So we can, for Thursday it's 2, right? We cannot do anywhere else, right? But 6, we cannot see 6 on any 6 bags sold on any other day than Wednesday. But for Friday and Saturday, we say that on these 2 days, same number of bags were sold. So mode means the number of, in this question, the mode means the number of sales of the same bags. Agreed? And the range would mean the maximum sales on any given day minus the minimum sale on any given day. That is the range. The range tells us what could be the maximum difference between the maximum and the minimum range on any given day. It could be a question about your test, like if you scored a maximum, if you scored a minimum score in your test, or
if there are 20 students in the class, not everyone gets full marks, right? They have different scores. So the teacher can say the range of, if the teacher says out of 20, if one student got 20 on 20, right? And the teacher says the range of the score is 6. So we can say the lowest marks would be 20 minus 6, 14 should be the lowest marks, right? So range defines maximum minus minimum. Mode means which number of sales, as per this question, was most repeated. Median would always be the middle, and mean is the average. That this is the average sale per day for this question. Okay. I hope we don't understand. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for being there. Best of luck and have a nice day. Okay. Thank you so much.